Hey, you're watching Roll for Crit Playback. On this week's episode, we take a look at Cthulhu Realms.
In this zany deck building game, you'll be making your opponents go insane in order to prove you are the best cultist at the table. I'm Will Keeler.
I'm Jonathan Estes, and this is Roll for Crit Playback. Each of us begins the game with 50 sanity, and we will attempt to drive the other two players insane before that happens to us. As clearly the craziest person here, apparently it's been decided. I don't know, I can make some arguments for that. I'll be going first.
Well, technically it's the last one to go insane.
It's like most recently?
Yeah, most recently.
Okay. I guess, yeah, you guys weren't crazy far before I did. I was a late bloomer. Alright, so I got a conjuring point. I can hit...
that hits both of us.
I'll hit both of you. There's no reason not to.
Is it possible to not to?
Well, he can choose himself.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna keep myself.
You're not that insane yet.
Yeah, not yet. And I'll get the ruins because having that shield is always nice.
And and plus the kitty cat.
Oh yeah.
So I've got 1, 2, 3 followers, and I'm gonna use my initiate for the +2 power. So I have 5. So I'm going to buy the Dagon. Again, not to be confused with the dragon. Very different.
It's not a dragon. It is a Dagon.
I'm gonna poke all of you for one.
All right,
With a stick.
my first poke.
I have 2 initiates and 2 followers.
Oh boy.
So question is, what will I use you for? I'm gonna grab the medical student. I will convert that to make it 3, so I have 3 buying power, and I'm gonna buy Arkham City.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, the terrible old man. That's one of my favorites. Look how terrible he is. You don't really know
For
why.
a terrible old man, he's pretty good.
Alright, so I have 3 followers. I'm not very popular on Twitter. And
You must be insane that I'm laughing at that joke.
and I've got, I'll hit you both for 1. Take your point. And you'll like it. You know, I think I'm gonna hit you both again.
Oh snap!
And I'm gonna spend my 3 on this ghoul.
The Oculist.
Yeah, occultist.
No, it's the Oculist.
This is the Oculus Rift.
Yes.
That's what he's wearing.
That's the Cthulhu Oculus on his face.
Ooh, let's see. I have a deep one here.
Actually, it's the deep ones.
The deep ones. I'm sorry.
You get more for your money. The deep ones look like Reptar, right? Reptar. Now, okay, so I have my ghoul here, but that means I need another green card to activate that.
Right, but play it at any time. So if
I don't. But he's still gonna hit you guys for 2. Well, like Arkham Sanitarium, locations are always good, so I might want to be like, I don't want to.
I always I forgot you had that lineup over there.
Yeah.
I can't really see it. It's sort of hidden behind a deck of cards.
You don't need to worry about it. It's none of your concern.
Actually, yes, that's exactly it. I can't affect it. Not my problem.
I'll abjure this for the heck of it and see if I get a 3 cost.
Nope, it's a 5 cost.
Ah, shucks. And it's even better than that one. I'll just get an initiate then, I suppose.
It's Amigo, and look, he's going to work.
Yeah.
If I was to buy him, he would be my amigo.
Yeah.
So, is this the insanity of bad jokes?
Yes.
It's a very specific mental illness.
I'm going to start with this location, so I can poke you all for 1. I played a purple and abjured a card, so I get to draw.
Wow.
And
That's
3 initiates.
some combos
So that's
happening.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Terrible old man!
The terrible old man. It'd be great if that really was just
By the way-
not a good card.
Now, if you watch our other playbacks, this game might actually look familiar to you. That's because this game was actually developed from playing Star Realms and liking it so much, and then they started tweaking each rule, and then before they know it, they had this game in which they actually asked permission from the people of Star Realms to produce it, in which they approved. So they made the game.
Yeah, so we have this alternate take sort of on that
Right.
on that deck building style.
And which, if you haven't watched that one, you should go watch it. I think it'd be very nice to watch the 2.
Sure, everything is very nice. You should watch all our videos all the
should.
time. Yeah, so there's definitely a lot of similarities to Star Realms, but we'll try to talk about it as if it's not, as if we've never played Star Realms.
Well, actually, I think it's good to bring up how, because what happened is
throw
this
that
is
out
not
the
our first
window.
time to play it. Well, not just Star Wars, I mean just deck building in general. When we first played it, we played it. We're like, oh, we know the rules to this because we knew about Star Realms. So we're like, we didn't need to read that much. But it turns out this has actually had a lot of different things. Like if you notice, there were 3 different places to buy cards.
Yeah. So I don't know. You might not have known like before we said it on the video. We can only purchase from 2 of those piles or rows, whatever you want to call it.
It was a little confusing probably from where you're seeing because how the camera's recording. But the way it works is pretty much you have 2 piles to each you have a pile between each player. So I'd have one between like you and me and one between myself and my brother. And those are the ones I can interact with. I cannot interact with any other piles.
Right, and if we were playing with 4 people, then there would even be a 4th person who you can't even attack.
Right. The sanity text, you notice I hit both of the other players, so we're playing a 3-player game. But if it was 4, I'd only be hitting my neighbors. It just so happened that the other players in this game were my neighbors.
Yeah, so there are some interesting twists there, although at its core, it's definitely... Yeah, you have to gotta read the rules, of course. There are tweaks.
Yeah.
But if you've played deck building games,
we are hubris. We assume too much.
You will be mostly familiar with how things work, especially if you've played Star Realms.
At the very least, a strategy of what to do.
Right. They're still working with chaining and combos and connecting colors and things of that nature. The other thing that was really different is the fact that as you said, when you hit people, you hit both of them at the same time when you're attacking, or in this game when you're making them lose sanity. So there's much less of a
political.
Yeah, there's not.
I like that a lot.
There's no room for getting mad at someone because your attacks will hit everybody no matter what.
Right, and I think it also makes smaller cards a little bit stronger because you're like, I'm at least hitting both of you for 1 or something.
And it makes the game much more about getting shields up, because that's how, like, assuming all things are equal, I would have the same health as everybody else who's being attacked. But when you add in the shields and healing, that's where you have to strategize to.
And I think it also, it makes it easier for younger people, like audience, because they don't have to work as much about thinking about who.
Makes it easier for me. Forget younger people.
Well, I can't remember if this is the Star Wars we recorded or a different one, but in which it was the 3 of us. And you had to choose between myself and Garrett, and it was very political, and you chose Garrett, which I think did work in your favor more. But if it was like this, then you don't have to think as much about. You're thinking less about who do I poke to deal more damage, and who am I afraid they're going to retaliate more. You're thinking more, how do I build up my defenses, and then just hit hard.
Because I do feel like in a lot of games where you have the choice of who to attack, a lot of times it does come down to just. If there's no real reason to pick someone over the other person, it does become like, who do I like less right now?
Or who am I more afraid is just going to play?
And then sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. So I like that they removed that from the equation. Of course, the theme is completely different in this game.
Yeah. We were laughing a lot because while this is Cthulhu themed, if you didn't notice, I used the word zany earlier in the description. That's because all the artwork is pretty much it's comical.
This is that rare Cthulhu game where it's not serious, dark foreboding. It's the same people who did Harbor.
Yeah.
Another tasty minstrel
which
game.
actually came with a promo for Harbor, which you actually have since you're the one who owns Harbor.
So that's always fun. And as you said, it's cartoony, it's silly, very jokey.
No, I really like it. Like especially a lot of I think yellow is my favorite color for those because there's one that's like the missing pages or something, and it's showing how to do the Macarena on them. And then my favorite though is the yellow sign, in which it's a janitor sign saying warning.
So
everyone wet.
If you have any passing familiarity with Lovecraft stuff, you'll definitely get a kick out of it.
Oh yeah, especially the bigger cards. Like those are ones some of them I don't know as well. Because I still need to get through all his stories, but I'm sure you'd be like, I get it.
I probably don't either, but they are definitely pretty funny.
The yellow sign.
I do love the yellow sign just because it's great.
I know I think that's my favorite. I poke all of you for 2. All of you being the 2.
What? How much damage does it have to be to not be?
3 actually. I forgot. I have dislocation.
I think 3.
Yeah. So I'm slapping you. Next, I'm gonna heal for 4.
Oh no! So we gotta stop this train.
Oh, I have another purple, so I can hit you guys for another 2. I forgot about that.
Wow.
What card is this then?
All right, hit you guys both for 3.
Ow.
Take it.
And I assume you're directing at me. I should be saying, but that's 5. So
yes.
I'm gonna play the terrible old man. Hit you both for 4 while healing myself for 5.
Oof. What the hell?
2 buying power, I'm gonna play both of these to get that extra buying power, but I will abjure one of them to hit you all for another one. Because now I get to activate the old man's ability, because I have a purple, to draw a card and hit you guys all for another one.
I could have guessed that.
So I have a total of 6 buying power.
He just did like 8 damage to us.
Somehow he got synergy way faster than you.
Yeah, I still don't have it.
I hit you guys.
Oh, that's a good healing card.
Well, I hit you. I can't buy it. I hit you guys for 4 total, and I can abjure a card.
Might be that one.
It is.
You're the only one really getting those initiates, seems like.
I have, because I've been having the convenience of 2 left over.
Right. Convenience, yeah. Depending on how you look at it, it's a silver lining. Right. Well, how much health are you at right now?
39.
Me and Matt are both at, or 25 and 27.
It's the medical student, man.
Nah, I know. Well, when you get a healing, that's why I'm trying to get shields now. So
I'm going to start off by playing this location, which lets me draw 2, then discard 2. Ooh, tough choices here, my friends. I think I'm going to discard these 2 followers.
Oh man.
Yeah, you know.
Either no one's gonna be reading your tweets soon. Keep
I'm
throwing
sorry.
followers away like that.
And I'm gonna choose, since I play a purple card, I can hit for 2, 3, 4. So that's gone, and you lose 4. Oh, I did not notice that, so you're good.
Yeah.
I will then abjure this card to deal 1 more.
Alright, so synergy! But you each get hit for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Alright, so I take this dies and I take 2.
I took 4. In total, I'm hitting you for 1, 2, 10, 11 damage.
What? You jumped a lot of numbers there. You sure you counted right?
5, I control location. 10, 11.
So, Jonathan, if you hit me for 1, I'm dead. I'm gonna guess you're gonna hit me for 1.
Probably gonna happen. I hate to break it to you.
And I had 2 conjuring.
Oh, wait. No, 4 of that gets blocked out.
Yeah.
If Willie kills me, he just wins, right?
Yes.
There's no points or anything.
Yeah.
No, that's it. He's the most sane of all of us. Hard as it is to believe.
So, I'll go out swinging and get rid of this for another 5.
So, how much in total are you?
So that was 18 plus 5. It would be 23.
Jeez.
All right.
At least you went out with a bang.
This blocks 11 of it.
Okay.
Not by choice.
Okay.
I'm dead.
So, do you want any to go to this or all to my face, whatever is left?
Just all to your face.
All right, so that's...
I'm insane.
Actually, you know what? We'll destroy that.
So
we'll
that's
destroy that
8.
because I'm not gonna kill you.
All right, my turn. Mm-hmm. All right, I'm gonna start by playing this location, drawing 2 and discarding 2. Wow. Okay.
Are you gonna kill me?
I am gonna kill you
All right, GG.
because
Man.
I hit you for. I abjure that to hit you for 2, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yep, that's exactly.
Just barely made it.
Yep.
I thought you had a shot.
game went so quickly, though.
So, what do you think, comparing the Star Realms 4 colors, different colors, down when they took this down to 3 colors?
It's not. I mean, I don't miss that 4th color for sure. I don't feel like the game is lacking anything not having it, and I'm guessing. I don't know if there's a real reason that they did that. I could think with when you have the separate piles. It makes you, because you might get cut out of one color or something. You might not be able to touch that color. Mm-hmm. So maybe that's part of why they did it.
For me, what I've noticed when I've played Star Realms, and plenty of other deck building games, there's been plenty of times when I'm like, even if there's just the one buying row, I'm cut out of a color, or I can never get that. Even if I'm not cut out, I'm like, I'm never getting the green cards I need.
Right.
I find it much harder for that to occur here. I mean, it's always going to happen.
No, and also, like, if you don't have to worry about, like, if I take a green card, I better just go green cards for the rest of this game. You can be a little more experimental.
And not because the cards have mixed of them. Though I think I had one card, which I didn't really notice before, that actually said, like, if you play a green card, this happens. If you play a purple card, this one. But which reminds me of another thing I really like. There's a lot of locations, which means a lot more defending, but also a lot more of you being able to activate your cards. Because you already have a purple out, a green out.
Yeah, and you can tell from this video, although this game maybe went a little faster than normal, it speeds things up a lot because you're comboing earlier, comboing faster, and also going same thing with the attacking both people at once. The game plays a lot quicker than most other deck building games really that we've played. It's definitely
my biggest
fast-paced.
problem with this game, which I know why they did it, and in theory it works, but they turned everything to symbols, no words on the cards. Now, usually that makes things very nice and big artwork, which I do love, getting to see the big artwork. But I think all the times playing, I've always gone a rule wrong because I've misunderstood how a certain card works. I really like just the card saying, like, draw 2 cards. If you play this, then -3. Like,
yeah, it's a tough thing because I am with you, but you look at the cards and you're like, oh, but they look so pretty and stylish. And you do have a player guide, which does tell you what the symbols mean. But it is a lot of times because there are a lot of little things in the corners of symbols.
No, the returning abjuring card I did not understand first because they actually explained it to me when I was at the booth. Like, look, you can get a card back.
Where at Gen Con?
Yeah, but I didn't know that was only the card you played this turn. So like a lot of cards, I'm like, oh, this is the best. I'll just wait until I can get this card back. And then when I read, I'm like, oh, only this turn.
Yeah, it's definitely one that you want a few games under your belt before you really can look at a card and know exactly what it does right away. Because even with experience, sometimes you're just like, oh god, there's 40 things to look at.
I think that's what makes the comical Cthulhu part help a lot because we're not really thinking like Star Realms. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna hit you for 2. Partly also because you were attacking everyone. You're not thinking politically or anger. It's not really I'm thinking anger. I'm just like, oh look. I have a brain case.
So you can take your time reading the symbols? Is that what you're saying?
I mean more like you don't feel as like you need to be as like playing a chess game like strategically or like you're not as thinking politically. You're not thinking like, oh, if I hit Jonathan for 2 and Matt for 4, maybe this will happen. You're just like, well, I have the Macarena card. I have the nameless one. You're thinking it's much more lighthearted.
Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely has that lighthearted atmosphere to it.
And like I said, because of the multiplayer game and the way it's done, it's different than a lot of other deck building games. Like, I know you say, especially plenty of deck building games where you're sort of bored of because you feel like you're playing the same game.
Right.
And while I agree, and I still enjoy a lot of them, I feel like this one, I mean, you can tell me otherwise. I feel like this one definitely, like that one rule, just the splitting up rule, changes things up. And I actually want to try that out with other deck building games. So, granted, certain ones wouldn't work. For example, Marvel would not work with splitting that up because a lot of the scheme twists revolve around the 5.
Right, yeah.
And then I can imagine certain cards like the new Kitty Pryde where for each tech card in the lineup. So if you had like
that's another game. Let's not get into
that.
But
I do think I actually want to take some of these rules and bring them to other deck building
I
games.
do think that's a good idea. I would be really interested to try that out because I do really like those small innovations, like you said. I think that the splitting the card stacks is really cool. Well, that's probably my favorite thing about the game, plus the artwork. But since we're getting into, I guess I want to talk about how the game you think actually compares. Like when you look at this next to Star Realms, if someone asked you which one should they buy, is there one that jumps out at you more, or for specific reasons you would say go towards this one or that one? I'll just say for me, I don't think you need both of these games. I think if I had to recommend one, I would say pick the theme that you like the best, and beyond that, there's differences, there's strengths and weaknesses in different ways, but for me, they both really scratch the same itch for me. Star Realms, maybe I think, if you buy more decks, can fit maybe more people. But other than that, and it has a few more variants, but you could probably mix and match a lot of these rule sets anyway. I don't know.
I agree in the general. I'm proud to own 2. But and the average person, I would agree with the one.
That's my clarification.
Yes.
We're board game fanatics, so
Yeah.
I'm talking more about a person who doesn't buy a board game.
No, but
every
I
week.
definitely agree with that. They're very similar. I would definitely grab Cthulhu if you have a much more lighthearted group. I would grab Star Realms if you have a much more competitive group. Because you can tweak. In fact, it's probably suggested you can tweak the Star Realms deck a lot more, and also with bosses and other weird cards in the Gambit pack and whatnot.
Right.
And while this one we did have some very big combo turns, I don't think of this deck as much as comboing. Like in the deck, some of the cards are either entities or artifacts. To me, that's never been a thing I'm thinking about. But in Star Realms, I'm thinking a lot more about comboing. Like, I'm thinking, like, I never thought of buying yellow cards to do this combo. I'm thinking more, buy yellow cards because this card just does cool stuff.
It's a little more simplified, a little more upfront.
Yes. So, that would be my thing. I do think they're both good picks, so you're not losing out buying one over the other. And really, I would say the theme matters too. I mean, if you enjoy Cthulhu, this is a great one because it also is different compared to your other Cthulhu
that
ones.
too. Or if it's Halloween and you need a game for Halloween.
I wonder what you're hinting at.
Gee, I don't know.
Yeah, overall, I think this is a great job by Tasty Minstrel in taking a very good game and making it, let's face it, a very oversaturated mechanic, deck building, and adding some rules to it, to which I want to actually take to other games.
Yeah, no, I love the idea of them taking inspiration from another game. I would love to see more companies, which sometimes they do, they just don't outright say it.
No, that's the other thing. I love the fact that they're like, hey, we made this game based on.
Yeah, they're not trying to hide it. Realms is in the title, you know. They're very clear
and I
about
like
it.
they actually asked them about
It's cool.
that too.
Yeah.
No, I mean, Tasty Minstrel once again. I feel like usually they do a very good job. We've enjoyed a lot of their games.
So we recommend it. Again, if you like deck building games, if you like Cthulhu, you're sure to find some fun in this. It's a small game. It's not very expensive. You can pick it up.
Yeah.
We sell it on our website.
We do.
Which is rollforcrit.com, where you can also find more videos and playback episodes just like this one. But maybe they want to tell us what they think about Cthulhu Realms.
Oh yeah, we'd love to hear your thoughts on this compared to other deck building games, Star Realms, etc. You can reach us at rollforcrit@gmail.com, and of course, let's not forget the comment section right down there.
Comment section, Twitter @rollforcrit, plus many more ways you can reach us. Annoy us at all hours of the day, all hours of the night. Otherwise,
don't worry, we're already insane.
That's another Cthulhu episode down for the month of October. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm Jonathan Estes.
I'm Will Keeler, and this has been Roll for Crit Playback.
Sure about the
pig timer?
No, the knockoff version of this game? Yeah, in the title, some of the letters were fake. So this one is called Cthulhu Realms. It's got real M's. The other one didn't.